In the TV show, Breaking Bad, the character Hank is a DEA agent who is shot and paralyzed by a drug lord. Despite the trauma he experiences, he ultimately forgives the person who shot him and chooses to focus on his own healing and recovery. The show presents his forgiveness as a sign of strength and resilience, rather than weakness. The idea that those who forgive are weak is a common misconception. This belief stems from the idea that forgiveness is a sign of weakness. However, in reality, forgiveness is not always a negative trait. Nelson Mandela forgave those who had imprisoned him for 27 years during his fight against apartheid in South Africa. Mandela's forgiveness was seen as a sign of strength and maturity, rather than weakness, as he was able to let go of anger and resentment in pursuit of a greater goal. His forgiveness also helped to promote healing and reconciliation in South Africa. A study by the University of Wisconsin-Madison found that forgiveness is associated with greater psychological well-being and lower levels of stress. This suggests that forgiveness is not a sign of weakness, but rather a positive trait that promotes emotional health and resilience. Forgiveness is essential in promoting healing and reconciliation. It plays a central role in health and wellness. When someone has wronged us, it can create feelings of anger, resentment, and pain. Forgiveness then allows us to let go of these negative emotions and move forward in a positive way. It also allows us to repair relationships that may have been damaged by the wrongdoing. In this way, forgiveness can be seen as a positive trait that promotes emotional and relational health. Those who forgive often exhibit a strong sense of compassion and empathy. They understand that everyone makes mistakes, and that forgiveness is a necessary part of the human experience. By forgiving others, individuals are demonstrating that they are able to put themselves in the shoes of others and understand their perspectives. This requires a great deal of emotional intelligence and maturity. Forgiveness can also be seen as a sign of strength and resilience. It takes a great deal of courage and determination to forgive someone who has wronged us. It requires us to confront our own emotions and to choose to let go of negative feelings, even when it may be difficult to do so. This is a sign of strength and resilience that can help individuals to overcome adversity and to move forward in a positive way. On the other hand, some may argue that forgiveness can be perceived as weak because it can come across as lacking in the ability to stand up for oneself or to hold others accountable. Those who exhibit this trait may be seen as overly passive or lacking in the courage to confront wrongdoing. However, it is important to note that forgiveness does not necessarily mean being passive or lacking in the ability to stand up for oneself. It simply means that one is willing to let go of negative emotions and to move forward in a positive way. According to the self-determination theory, individuals have a basic need for autonomy, competence, and relatedness. Forgiveness can help to promote relatedness and social connection, which can help to fulfill this need. Forgiveness has also been linked to positive outcomes such as improved mental health and increased life satisfaction. This suggests that forgiveness is not a sign of weakness, but rather a positive trait that can promote well-being. The idea that those who forgive are weak is a misconception that is not rooted in reality. Forgiveness is an important trait that promotes healing, reconciliation, and emotional and relational health. It requires compassion, empathy, emotional intelligence, and a great deal of strength and resilience. While some may perceive those who exhibit this trait as weak, it is important to recognize that forgiveness is a sign of emotional maturity and a necessary part of the human experience. Ultimately, those who forgive are essential to promoting peace, healing, and harmony in society. We must challenge our perceptions and recognize that forgiveness can be a sign of emotional strength and maturity. It is important to understand that forgiveness does not mean condoning harmful behavior, but rather releasing ourselves from the burden of anger and resentment. We must strive to cultivate forgiveness and compassion in our own lives and in our interactions with others. If you liked this video, share it and subscribe to this channel.